Hey y'all, so I am back with another Watch Me Work. In this video, I'm going to be doing a fall full set stiletto, and this one is perfect for fall, y'all. It has those deep mauve colors, that gold and bronze glitter, so it is perfect. I actually have been saving this because I knew I wanted to upload it when we get around more to the fall colors. So that's why I'm uploading this one now, because I've been having it, but I ended up waiting. So to start off, like any other set, I'm going to start by doing my natural nail prep. Now, you guys know nail prep is, I feel like, so important. I always want to say like the most important, but then I'll go to something else and I'll be like, no, this is the most important. So this is one of the most important things. Now, you guys know I sometimes do classes, and in those classes, I've noticed that some people just have, I don't know what it is, but they skip like the basic stuff. The basic fundamental foundation of a good set starts with your nail prep. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything you can when it comes to the nail prep, especially if you're having any problems, if you're having lifting, if you feel like something's just not right. Go start from the beginning and go back to your nail prep and see how you're doing with that. So I've already pushed back her eponychium to release that dead skin that is attached to her nail plate. Once I do that, I went in with my cuticle bit and I used that to go around that eponychium to further detach that dead skin. Now I'm coming in with my sanding band, and this is going to be pretty much the finale of my nail prep. I'm going to etch the nail plate. I'm going to remove shine from it, and then I'm also going to go back by the sidewalls in the cuticle area just to make sure that I got all of that dead skin off. So this is the last step to my nail prep. Now, once I do that, I went in and I applied tips. These tips are from Amazon. They are these stiletto tips, and I've got those all into shape. And now I'm coming in and using my dehydrator. This is to remove any oils that are still remaining on the nail plate. And then I'm going to come in and prime, and I prime twice. Okay, so to start my application, I'm going to be doing a French on this nail. Now, you see me pointing her finger down, and I'm not slightly pointing it down. I got that baby pointed all the way down, okay? Now, the reason why this is so important and the reason why I'm doing this is to help that bead naturally flow down evenly. So when you point something down, gravity just automatically pulls it down. That's what you want. When I come in and I place that bead at the center of the nail, I make sure that I place my bead in the center and even from sidewall to sidewall. So then when I point it down, it flows down evenly. And when it flows down evenly, that's going to give me a smooth surface, because the more you fiddle with your beads and the more you move them and do all of this, you're creating divots and bumps into that acrylic. If you apply that and you do minimal moving and pushing, and you're only, applying it, pushing it into position, and then doing a final smooth, you will have a smooth application. So that is why little things like this helps your application so much. So I'm just going to continue building up this French. I basically always kind of do these in 2 beads, but you can work in however many beads you feel comfortable with. So I started with the 1 bead at the center, and I basically carved that into an almond shape, and then I went in with my cuticle bead and I just blended that through that first bead. Now for the middle finger, this one is also going to be a French, so I'm going to build this one up as well. So working through this set, you guys, if you've been watching my videos, I know you kind of know how I work. I like to set myself up with a routine. So if I have 3 Frenches, 4 Frenches on one hand, I'm going to do those all and then move on to the next step. So I basically break everything down. I put everything into its own category, different steps, and that just makes it easier for me. I really find that working as a nail tech, the routine of something is going to help you in the long run. So find something that works for you, and make sure that you make a routine out of it so it becomes natural. Okay, so for my pointer finger, this one I'm just going to do the solid nude. So I applied that bead pretty close to the cuticle area. I don't know why I did it like that. Because I normally place it right through the center, but I think what it was is I picked up too big of a bead, and so I was trying to get more coverage from that bead. That's what that was. So I'm just going to apply that. I'm going to make sure that I am keeping those sides clean. That is one thing that I am always going to stress in my videos, because this definitely helps when it comes to shaping. To me, shaping is everything. So I always try to get my shape on point. And when I look at a set of nails, that's pretty much the first thing that I see is the shape of the nails. And my preference, I like my nails to have a nice sharp shape. So all of that starts in the application. So keep those sides clean. Okay, so once I have that bead done, I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead. And right here, I only needed a little bit. You know, I went in and applied that big bead towards the tip area. So all I had to cover was a little bit by the cuticle area. That is one thing too that I have been noticing. Sometimes I'll go in and apply a bead without looking at my area first. So I'm picking up too big of a bead or too small. You need to be looking and making sure that you're doing things intentionally. Like you're not just guessing, because I mean, that's what your set's going to end up looking like, you know, just all over the place. You want everything unified, and you do that by paying attention to what you're doing. So now I'm going to come in and add some color to this set. Now this color, y'all, is from Glam and Glitz, Teresa, and I know I probably have already used it in one of my videos, but this set is beautiful. Okay, fall comes, you need to have this color. I believe I did this on one of my clients a while back, and everybody was asking me, what is that color? And it was matte too in that set. So it is so beautiful. So here, if you notice, I started at the cuticle area. The reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to bring it down and blend it, and I'm only using a thin bead because this is going to be my background color, because I'm going to come in and put glitter on top of this. And one thing you see me doing is wiping away some of that off the tip. I want my tip to still be clear. So anytime you come through and blend a color down, make sure that you're wiping away from the tip if you want it clear. So now I'm coming in with my glitter, and I'm going to start at the cuticle area with a small bead. And to pick up this bead, I just dipped into some clear, and then I dipped into my raw glitter. That's pretty much how I pick up all of my glitter. I feel like you get more of a just glittery effect when you do it like that. So I applied it at the cuticle, and then I just blended it down. Pretty simple. I just wanted to cover up my little background color. And when you're applying glitter, sometimes that glitter wants to just bunch up on you and kind of stay in one place. So you really have to take your time and spread that glitter out. Make sure that you're really filling up whatever area you're trying to. You don't want to leave holes in the nail and you only see, you know, the background here and some glitter here. Make sure you really spread that out. And then I'm going to come in and add some leaves. Now, sometimes I'm able to go right on top of what I've already applied, but these leaves are kind of on the thicker side of nail art. So I did go in and pick up a small bead of clear and then applied those leaves. And I'll even add another small bead on top just to make sure that leaf stays in place. So now I'm going to take this time to come back to my French and file those into shape. I'm really just sharpening the sidewalls, and then I'm making sure the top surface of that French is smooth. The reason why I'm smoothing it out is because I'm going to cap this whole nail with clear, and if I was to just leave it bumpy and then come in and apply a clear, then I'm going to have a bumpy nail. So you want to make sure that if you're about to cap it, that it's smooth. So now I'm coming to the middle finger, and for this one I'm going to be using some gel polish. So I'm going to use this Madame Glam color, and this one is the closest to that acrylic color Glam and Glitz that I had. So I'm going to apply that one at the tip, and the reason why I'm using this gel polish instead of the acrylic is because I'm going to use a 3D magnet gel polish, and I feel like for those 3D polishes, it just looks better over a polish. That's my preference, so that's why I'm doing it like that. So she cured for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to do a second coat of that same polish. Okay, second coat has cured, and now I'm going to come in with my 3D cat eye, and this one you can get from Amazon. I believe they are the Lily polishes, and they're pretty good. I like them. I've used a few different ones, and I honestly don't feel like there's a difference, so I'm just going with this one from Amazon. And I'm going to apply that over where I've already applied that Madame Glam, and with my little magnet, and I'm just going to come from the side. Now this too is just kind of to your liking. Once I had it how I wanted it, I just went ahead and cured her. So for the thumb, I'm going to be doing the same thing, except I'm going to be doing it all over the tip. So I'm just going to apply that Madame Glam from the center through the tip, and then I'll cure, and just like the middle finger, I'm going to do 2 coats of that Madame Glam. Now when she comes out and I apply my 3D cat eye, I'm also applying that cat eye in 2 coats. So I'll apply the first coat of the cat eye, use my magnet, then cure it, and then when it comes out, I'll apply another thin layer of the gel, use my magnet, and cure that. So 2 coats of the 3D. So for my other French, I'm going to come in with my colored acrylic, and I'm going to place that at the tip and then just start pressing that back into my reverse French bed. Now I'm only using a small bead because I want to leave the tip clear. I'm going to add some glitter there, and I still kind of want to get that glass tip effect. So I'm just going to continue building this color there at the back of that reverse bed. I'm being very careful too. I'm using small beads and just applying it on the sides. I'm doing this because I don't want to have to come back and file any of that color away. So I'm placing it there nice and neatly and as clean as I can. So once I have my sides and everything filled in, I'm just going to bring that color down ever so slightly and just blend it through. I don't have to worry about it being a perfect blend because, like I said, I'm going to come in and add some glitter there. So I'm using the same glitter I did on the pinky nail, and I'm going to place it there at the tip right where that color ends. I'm going to press it back and kind of blend it into that reverse bed, and then I'm just going to blend it through towards the tip. I don't want to cover it up, take away my little clear. I just want it kind of flowing up into it. And I don't have a lot of space. Here are stilettos. I'm at the tip, so I'm being very precise about where I put my glitter. So I even added a little leaf there. It could barely fit, but I got it on there. So now I'm going to also take that glitter and I'm going to add it on my cat eye nail. So you notice I didn't put any color back there towards the French. I'm going to take my glitter and use that there. So I'm really going to press it up against those side walls of that reverse bed, and then I'm just going to blend it through towards the cat eye. I don't want to cover up that cat eye, but I just want to take that glitter and kind of blend it down barely into the cat eye. Now, in hindsight, as I'm looking at this, I wish we would have done a little bit longer on her length. And with her, this is Rita, I know she can handle a little bit of length, so I wish I would have done that. What would have been even better is if these were tapered square. Then you really would have been able to see that 3D cat eye and all of the details that went in towards the tip. So you kind of have to pay attention to that too. You know, I didn't think about this when I found this design and I said, okay, yes, I'm going to do this on her. Knowing that she only gets stiletto, I should have thought about this, but it still came out pretty, but that's just something that you need to be thinking about. So for the thumb, I'm going to come in with my nude and start at the cuticle area and bring that down. So I guess I'm kind of doing an ombre, but I'm not doing a precise ombre because I'm not worried about the fade at all. I'm going to come in and add glitter to this, so your fade does not have to be perfect. So like I said, I'm going to add some glitter, and I'm really making sure that I kind of cover up that fade. Not cover it up all the way, but to place that glitter to where you really can't see no defined line in between there. I also added a little leaf. So for my last step in the application, I'm going to apply my clear. I saved this for last on purpose because I was using the glitter and I was using a darker color, and I didn't want to risk the chance of capping and then my nails end up cloudy. So I waited towards the end after I was done using all of those colors, cleaned my monomer, and then capped everything with clear. So once I have everything capped, I'm going to start my finish filing. I always start with my hand file, and then I'll go to my electric file, remove any bulk, and then finish with my hand file. Now for stiletto, I like for my stilettos to be deadly, okay? I am not playing when I'm doing a stiletto, okay? They are sharp. They come with a disclaimer, so I tried to tell you, girl, you better listen. These ain't no joke. But I get those nice and sharp, and then we'll move on to finish these design. So after I have finished file, she went and washed her hands, and now I am just wiping them with a little bit of alcohol just to make sure there is no oil or anything that's going to interfere with my design. So for my design, I'm going to be doing a 3D flower, and I'm going to start by adding my centerpiece first. So to do that, I'm going to apply my Swarovski gel, and this one is from Ugly Duckling. It's called Stick It. So first I started off with that gold ring, and then I just placed a little diamond in the center of that. Once I have it straight and I have it in the center of the nail, she's going to cure for a full 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take that color that I used from Glam and Glitz called Teresa, and I'm going to create a 3D flower. Now I'm going to start off by just applying my beads. Now when you're working with 3D, the thing you want to make sure is that you don't work it too soon. You need to give time for that powder to start drying. You don't want it completely dry, but you want it somewhere in between. So I applied my first bead, and then I went and I applied the second bead. Now I'm back to my first bead, and I am pressing out that petal. Now when you press out, you also want to be very, very gentle. It should be just a very light pressure. So these first two beads that I placed, I'm going to bring those ones to a point. So I'm going to press it out like a normal petal, and then when I come to the top of that bead, I just bring everything into a point. So it's kind of like a pointed leaf. So next I'm just going to work my way through this flower, and how I do that is I will lay one bead and then go on to the next. So I basically just go back and forth, pressing one, laying another, going back, making sure that that one is pressed to my liking. So I will just let you guys see this. If you want a more detailed video, I do have a video on 3D flowers that you can reference to. Okay, so after I finished my 3D flower, I went in and added just a few more diamonds, and then I top coated with Young Nail Stain Resistant. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in another video. Bye!